Just like that, the Jets' preseason has come to an end. The fourth preseason game is reserved mostly for those players on the bubble, the ones who are making their final case to remain on the team. It is, however, also painfully obvious that there's a reason that these players are on the bubble in the first place. Last night, the Jets fell 10-9 to the Philadelphia Eagles, in what was a sloppy mess piloted by John Wolford, a quarterback signed by the Jets last Sunday who is about to be an investment banking analyst with Barclays, and Christian Hackenberg. Yes, you read that, right. Christian goddamn Hackenberg. At this point, it's hard to not feel bad for Hackenberg. The guy was obviously drafted way too high by the Jets and is simply not cut out for the NFL. If he had been drafted in a later round, we wouldn't even be talking about him. But now he'll be cut by the Eagles and, hopefully for his sake, move on from football. As for the Jets, the preseason has given fans plenty of reasons to be excited for the first game next week in Detroit. Darnold the starter. We've been waiting for this for years, a legit quarterback for Jets fans to be very, very excited about. Darnold has shown during the preseason that he has the temperament, the raw skill, and the awareness to be an effective quarterback in this league. Once Darnold showed in the first preseason game against Atlanta that he could, actually play quarterback, the chance he would start week 1 skyrocketed. Josh McCown was barely playing at all and it never truly felt like Teddy Bridgewater was going to get a real shot despite impressing during the preseason. This, of course, heightened the latter's potential to be traded, which ended up happening earlier this week. Bridgewater is now a Saint, and Darnold is now the starter. For the love of God though, do not turn on him if he goes out and doesn't do well in his first game. It's his first game in the NFL and I know as Jets fans, we are used to criticizing every small mistake made by a player. Darnold is a rookie, a 21-year-old, who has the hopes of an entire fan base riding on his shoulders. Don't be the guy who immediately calls for his head the second he throws his first interception. Now that we know he will be the starter week 1 in Detroit, it is on him to prove why he deserves to be here. Running back by committee, as is tradition. The Jets, as they have for what seems like forever, will go into this year with a committee at running back. They will swap different players in and out based on what the circumstances demand. Bilal Powell and Isaiah Crowell will be the main guys, given that they are the most proven. But with Elijah McGuire sidelined for at least a few weeks into the season, rookie Trenton Cannon will be forced to step up. He's flashed a lot during the preseason, showcasing his speed and raw talent. And we can't forget about veteran Charcandrick West, who may be kept simply for depth. Regardless, this is a position to keep an eye on. In my very humble opinion, the Jets need to lean on Bilal Powell, as I have been screaming for the past 2 seasons, but Todd Bowles refuses to listen. Wide receivers and tight ends are mostly set. Robbie Anderson and Degod Quincy Enunwa were going to be the Jets' primary receivers this season, something we knew already. Fleshing out the rest of the main core will be Jermaine Kearse, new addition Terrell Pryor. The rest of the core is a bit of a hodgepodge of talent. Chad Hansen and Ardarius Stewart didn't impress this preseason, despite being given opportunities to do so. They could be on the wrong end of cuts, but Mike Mockagnan may not pull the trigger simply because they were drafted high. Another newcomer, Trey McBride, has made the most of his opportunities and will make the team for sure. He's someone to keep an eye on throughout the year. He could be a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. To be honest, the tight end position has been more exciting to watch this preseason. Their primary TEs will be Eric Tomlinson and Neil Sterling, guys who were both on the team last season, and despite a disappointing preseason, they may still hold on to Chris Herndon for depth. Offensive line stinks and you should be worried. Offensive line is the least encouraging part of this offense and will be a headache throughout the year. Mark my words, it will play a significant role in Darnold's development and will be a source of frustration for everyone. Their play, while serviceable at times, is inconsistent. We know what we're getting from guys like James Carpenter and Kelvin Beacom, but Brent Cavalli is a backup at best. Spencer Long could prove to be a good center and is also suited to shift to guard, but the Jets will likely play the waiver wire heavily looking for a good tackle. All in all, there are plenty of reasons to get excited for this season. Football is back, thank God. The Jets are young and talented. Even if they don't end up with a winning record, they will be fun to watch. Darnold is here and that first touchdown pass is going to cause us all to spontaneously combust. I'm here for it. Follow me for more Jets takes and gifs at the